Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper, and it's time for us to head out and find that spirit that we must defeat. And I think we'll get there faster if we go mounted. And the idea here is that we have this stone that we collected, and that it is capable of drawing into it a fell spirit, so we hope to draw out the fell spirit from an old watchstone that apparently isn't broken, because otherwise there wouldn't be much hope in getting a fell spirit from it. And in order to get there, we need to go through the village of the Earthkin here. I'm not going to do their quests. We'll just go through this way. Head down that way, and we'll just follow the road. Now along this way, we will run into things like spiders. Oops. I almost got myself dismounted there. And we also have those cave claws. So we have to go through here, go through some orcs, and go through some spiders apparently. And be happy that this horse is more durable than the last one I was using. Alright, now we go up here and up this way, and yes, here it is. Ugly thing, isn't it? And dreadful. There we go. And one fell spirit. Not a very powerful one, I must say. It does seem to hit quite a bit. Well, so much for that, and I defeated him. I just need to talk to Coroner. And I might as well take the shortcut there, since I'm sure you don't want me to take the long way. And say, if more those orcs are rather amusing. If war machine not go to North Downs, I get flogged, but you get killed. I kill you myself. The captains there have and their ways of trying to convince the rest of the orcs to pull those war machines that we saw there. Alright, so now let's talk to Coroner. And that will be this way.
How can I be of service?
You have vanquished the spirit? How your victory heartens me, Pinestone. It gives me hope that we may yet succeed. And how would you like some might, vitality, agility, fate? Everything except will. Let's see, this necklace might... Alright, nothing particularly useful. 8, 7, 8. So we'll take the axe.
Greetings.
You have proven that such stones can be defeated, that their power of oppression is only as great as you allow it. Unfortunately, my spirit has been broken for far too long. I do not believe I could pass the stones and bear their fear. You, however, have nothing left to fear. Go, East Pinestone, and pass through the Ramas de Luand. I can only hope that somewhere beyond my kinsmen survive. The people here say that there are dwarves in the south part of Ramas de Leon. Search there for my brethren. Go, and may the Valar go with you. So search for...
An army of Dunedain and hillmen from Ohire passed into the eastern reaches of Angmar, only to be caught in the dire trap of Ramas de Luan. Though the secret of the stones has been revealed, no sign of Golodir, the ranger who led them, has yet been found. It can only be hoped that some part of Golodir's army has survived, and that they are able to hinder the advances of Angmar.
Alright. Now, this is not technically the end of Book 6, since we have to actually go beyond there in order to complete the book. But that's the toughest section. Now, the question is what to do next. Since I have completed most of what I need to do, but let's see what we need for the Rune-keeper quest. Here, I still need Helgchwin's hide, which is going to be found in Eregion. And I also need some war claws and Knickerbeaker horns. But these are going to be found in the area where I am heading. So we might as well continue on and at least pick up those ingredients. Now an alternative, of course, is I could get those things from a skirmish camp. And I do plan on doing those for the major items because I can tell you for sure I am not going to go into Karm Dûn to pick those up. But I might as well at least finish Book 6, take care of a couple items. Of those items, take care of those minor items at least. Maybe pick up one or two more. I don't remember what the other two are going to be. I know I could look that up on the internet or whatever, but for now, I guess I'll just go and do any. Now that takes you into a contested town and all sorts of things like that, so I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Especially considering that I'm now level 46. Now, in case you want to know, is that if you do go through the Fear Portal before you complete the quest that I just completed, before you complete Chapter 6, then you'll be instant killed, so you wouldn't want to do it prematurely. Now up here we have to go through. I have to figure out the best path in order to get through here. Usually I cut down through here rather than going up straight that way, since I am wanting to head towards the dwarves. But I do have to run into various enemies along the way. And like including that goblin village up there. I'll see if I can avoid combat at least until I hit the tread boundary. Now this area is, this area is 43, so. So wend my way through here. Now, some of the things that have been announced is that there was a producer's letter that came out at the same time as Update 15. That seems to be a tradition, Update 14 I mean. And the producer's letter discussed some things in Update 15, which is why that was on my mind. And they made 3 amounts that, oh well, that they said that people that would demonstrate that the folks at Turbine are listening to their people, and Oh, good grief. Gorthorogs down there. Oh, I didn't run into them. And they included 3 things of note, and some are saying that they're probably going to be very minor things that weren't of any significance whatsoever, but it looks like that there is some significance to them. The first of them, alright, here are the statues we must get through. This is the point where you would be instant killed if you came here without doing the epic storyline first. So you get a little dread by going through them, but you at least can survive now. Alright, the first of these has to do with the... Oh, let me think of it. Oh yes, they will not have a level cap increase for update 15 after all. They were originally planning to do a level cap increase, but a lot of people were complaining about that and felt that 2 jumps in 1 year just wasn't to their style. So Turbine decided that there was enough outcry that they would hold that off. So therefore there will not be a second level cap increase, and we could spend some time at level 100, which is nice to be able to have a little rest at level 100, since that's a major milestone. That's where you hit triple digits. So it's nice that we just don't sit there for 2 or 3 months and then immediately go up afterwards. So I think even if for that reason that's nice. But as I said, they're doing that because people were complaining about, having to get up there, equipped, go there, get equipped, and as soon as they get equipped, okay, time to level increase again. Alright, and here we are.
Well met.
And let's see what we've got. Lots of dwarves. We'll probably, let's see if we can do some quests for them.
It's a sorry day.
Who are you? If you are not a servant of the shadow of Angmar, how then did you pass through the Ramas de Leon and not perish? Coroner sent you? That is joyous news. Your coming is a trump of victory to us. All right.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
And that's the official end of Book 6, and now they talk about Book 7, which I am going to instead pretend that they just give me quests along here to help the dwarves.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
And this seems to be about a decent level. We are fortunate that you have arrived when you did. We have hidden in the shadows of Angmar for so long, but now we have been discovered. An orc scout stumbled upon the hills a few days ago and escaped before we could slay him. Now the orcs attack us regularly, and it is only going to get worse if what I suspect is true. One of my dwarves returned and told us that the orcs are felling the trees north of here, and that could only mean one thing. They are making siege weapons with which to attack us. We have to slow down or halt their work. If you wish to help us, go to Augsburg north of here and defeat the orcs you find. Gather their tools such as axes, picks, and saws and bring them here. Alright, now the second of the announcements, the first being, of course, the no level cap increase. The second is that in Update 15, they are going to add the ability to imbue a legendary item, and once you imbue a legendary item, it is able to really grow with you as opposed to not growing with you as it is. In other words, you don't have to keep on rebuilding the same legendary item. The legendary item keeps building with you. Now, I don't know all that imbuement will entail, since I'm sure Turbine is still figuring that out. They have just decided we are going to do this for update 15. And I'm sure when they start playtesting update 15, we will get a better idea of exactly what they mean. The third of these, also related to update 15, is that they will have the Bjorning start at level 1 instead of level 15 as originally planned. Apparently a lot of people wanted to go through the low levels with the Bjorning, and they decided, very well, if everyone wants to do that, they'll do so. I think at first they thought that they'll make it a premium style class similar to what they have in DDO, and that since DDO people accept such classes like that, the LOTRO people would. But obviously there was an outcry against that. And I think it's because we have a different crowd here. In DDO, you come from D&D, and I think there is this tradition where it fits in with I think it will fit in with DDO a lot better than it will fit in with LOTRO in starting at a lower level. And I think a lot of people will want to go through as a Bjorning at the lower levels, and we'll see how that works. And I plan to, and even if there was an option to start at 50, I think I will start at level 1 so that I could have the full experience. And now let's see what he has.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Know you aught of the lore of Angmar? Well, no matter. You will learn if Nethril will have anything to say about it. He is a lonely vale, Crystal Lemon, far to the east of here, musing on the 7 sentinels. I have no doubt he could use your assistance. I don't know too much about doing that because the 7 sentinels, it's a nice field deed in getting the 7 sentinels. The problem is it's followed up with an instance that, well, I'm not able to solo, so...
Come and stay a moment.
You came here alone, from the west. I suppose there is more to you than one would guess at a glance. Here, you can indeed be of some help to us. I am charged with protection of really. Gobbleshanther, and this had become quite a challenge since the orcs got discovered our outpost a few days back. Now, we are constantly harassed by orcs, and I am not sure how much longer we can hold out. If you can slay some of those orcs, though, we might get a bit of breathing space. I am not picky. Slaying any illegal or Karjan orcs you encounter on the East Mountain is enough, although there is most helpful if you can slay some of their warriors and skirmishers. And some of their defilers as well, of course. Yes, okay. Some warriors and some skirmishers and some defilers. What? Oh, he's up there. Yes, of course. There are some of the dwarves that are up there. There we go.
Come and stay a moment.
Cole, at your service. Things were looking rather hopeless around here, but with you about, perhaps we will have a chance of surviving. If we can get enough provender, that is. Now, everyone here is excited about the orcs, and it's true that food isn't much of a problem if an orc has lopped off your head. However, I'm not much with an axe, so I'll spend my time worrying about what I can help with, and that's food. We only have enough provisions for a few more days, and I think it is time to look for other sources of food. I am reluctant to bring it up, but I have heard that the orcs eat Norbringer legs and slug tongues, and while I'm sure such provender is not much for it to taste, it keeps them alive. It might do the same for us as well. Could you gather up some legs and tongues from the Norbringer and slugs found in... Okay, some Knickerbreaker legs and some Brimstone Leech tongues. That's going to be quite a tongueful. And as for this, Yes. And I need to kill Nika-breakers anyway for that quest. See how it all fits together. I'm not going to worry about the swords at the moment.
By Durin's beard, won't you give me even a moment?
Oh, that's to kill trolls. Yeah, right. There's a reason that's marked fellowship.
Will you help me?
I am always glad to share of the work here at Gavashanthar, as long as every other dwarf helps pull his own weight. It can be frustrating to be chosen for guard duty when you have found a promising load, but that is sometimes the way of it. If you don't mind helping out an eager miner, could you mine the gems from the rocks that I have had to leave behind? You would be doing me a great service, and the wealth of Gavasanther will only be improved by your assistance. The rocks in question are north of Gavasanther. Follow the road northward until you can turn east of Gorthalad. There you can sparse trees. You will come across the entrance to Malthad. Cave claws often gather there in the rocks outside Malthad, so use your care while mining the gems. Alright, well, I'll think about it. Very well, and next time we will actually start doing some of these quests, especially, well, I might as well taking that too, since it's inevitably going to come up. And next time we will head out and kill some orcs, kill some Nika-breakers, and maybe start to collect some of these Nika-breaker horns that we need for our quest. But that's all next time in our next episode of Pine Leaf Plays, the Rune-keeper.